Oh, fuck. You got to get real about how you feel so you can heal. But allowing...
All right. So this is going to be my YouTube taught changing of some spark plugs on a 2016 Jeep Compass. So I got my socket with the T30 hex head on there. Got my nice little power torque spark plug socket with the magnetic end. Got my spark plug boot protector and a little anti-seize lubricant. Gloves, because I don't really like getting my hands dirty, but I will, of course. So let's give this a shot. So first thing, take this cover off. All right, so you can see you can actually see the 4 cylinders in there. So I'm just gonna pop those off. It'd be a lot easier without gloves. I'm not sure. All right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and loosen up these little hex bolts in here, right there. So you probably couldn't see that when I put the They don't feel hot, but let's not do that. Just in case. Supposed to fall down in there. And I don't have the extras. Take those out. Thing can just come out of here now. I guess this is where these need to come off. that off. So this is the part that's get kind of weird, is taking these plugs off. So we'll see how that goes. So finally figured out how to get these off. So this little red piece is pretty much acts like a lock. So you gotta pull that up, kind of disconnect it from this little tab right here. Because this tab, just pull it down, pull it back, and it's supposed to take it off. But like I said, this red piece kind of acts as a locking mechanism. So it should be an easy way to get the lock to come back. Did it once, you have to do it again, right? Strong fingernails to do this. I think we finally found our stride here. I'm getting these ignition coils disconnected. They don't give you a whole lot of slack over here, so it's kind of hard to get them out. But let's see if I can pull this one out. Get the coil still in. There we go. That one's a whole lot easier. Good thing too. All right, so I saw somebody say that if your ignition coil has that brown line, then something's bad. But I honestly think these spark plugs have been bad since I got the car. So we'll see. Now we get to change the spark plugs out. All right, so we got the first plug loose. All right, so that's the original plug that was in the vehicle. Don't ask if it's let's compare it. Oh yeah. Back a little bit. So you can definitely see the difference. You know which one is the new, which one is the old. That's for damn sure. Now I just got to get the rest of them loosened up and taken out. It's a little tight. There we go. Yeah. Loosen them up for now. There we go. All right. gotten the extenuating part out of the way. Is that even a word? Extenuating? The strenuous. Take the rest of these out. Shout out to everybody on YouTube that posts videos like this, because without you guys, I would have no idea what I'm doing. This is one experience I didn't get growing up. I always hated cars and stuff when I was growing up. All right, so we got our spark plugs out. It's only 3 because I got the other one down here on the ground. So now we're gonna start putting the new ones in. All right, back at it. Actually took a long break to had to look up a couple things. I had some anti-seize, but I saw that companies recommend not using anti-seize, so I'm not going to use it. But I am going to use boot protector. And also I was very unsure about the gap, because now mind you, I don't know anything about doing all this stuff. This is straight off of YouTube. But I do remember when I had my Ford F-150 a long time ago, I got some spark plugs and had a whole tune-up done, and the guy at AutoZone, he stood there and he gapped all of my plugs using that little keychain looking gap tool, and got my changed out the whole thing, or did the whole tune up. I didn't do it, somebody else did it. Did the tune up, and nothing was working properly. It was completely misfiring. So had to get that taken care of. Had to take it to somebody else. And what he told me was, I don't even think I had to tell him. He asked me, did he gap your spark plugs? I'm like, yeah. And he just went on. The guy that I went to, who knew what he was doing, the other guy knew what he was doing too, but he walked into a bad situation. But the guy that I eventually went to told me that they didn't know what they were doing, because they're not supposed to gap that, because it scrapes off the material. So I've always been heavily against getting spark plugs gapped. So I'm not gapping these spark plugs. Hopefully that's the right decision. All right, moment of truth. Here we go. Up. All right, they are. Plugs are in there. Let's see if I can get a. kind of see it. There we go. See him in there. If you missed it, I got the coils in there. Got them starting to bolt them down. Got the first two bolted down. Got them locked in. Of course, like I said, it's easier to get that switch on there than it is to take it off. That's for sure. That one's tight. That one's tight. Just tighten these last two. Tight. All right. Extra torque. Make sure it's on there. All right. Moment of truth. Everything's on there, new coils, everything's plugged in. Just hit my head. Alright. Alright, you started up, no problems. Sounds good, looks good. Next, I'll take her on the road, drive around for a little bit. Alright, just got done changing my spark plugs. As you can see, we literally just hit 100,000 miles this morning, so let's see how she runs. So far, so good. Still vibrates, but so what I was having was like a knocking sound when I would accelerate, and she would hesitate quite a bit when I first accelerate. But I looked it up and it says something about it could be the spark plugs. And that was, like I said, that was actually a while ago, and just never got it changed. But eventually it got to the point where it was kind of knocking and whatnot. But so far so good. So one thing I always notice too is like if I would slow down and then re-accelerated, it would hesitate. So far I'm not getting that either. All right, moment of truth. Hopping on the highway. Like I said, so far doing pretty well. Good acceleration. Much better acceleration. That's for sure. It's never fun trying to merge into traffic when when you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're recording. You know, take responsibility for that. You know, at least for my part of it. So far, I say so far so good. Haven't had a chance to really open her up and get some speed out of her quite yet, but once we get through this traffic, we'll see how she feels. All right, finally got into some open highway now, and she seemed to be doing pretty well. Give her a little bit of speed, going 80 right now. I know I shouldn't be recording, but just kind of wanted to give a little bit of update. Seem to be doing pretty well, so alright. I'm gonna call that a win. Hopefully this helps somebody, and best of luck. Talk to y'all next time.